He was in it for the long haul, or so he thought.
I loved the job, and this was my career.
At age 25, Stephen Rankin has 7 months under his belt as an officer with the Crisp County Sheriff's Department in Georgia. In the pre-dawn hours of February 2nd, 2006, everything is about to change. Deputy Rankin is following a driver who is blasting his car radio.
So I really thought he was a DUI. I mean, with the loud music and the way he was, the kind of erratic driving, I figured he was a DUI, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning coming from the city.
With the police video camera on in the patrol car, the deputy walks up to the driver.
All the windows are pretty tinted. Even with my lights, my take-down lights on, couldn't really see into the car too well. I leaned into the driver's side door to speak to him, and I thought he'd, roll the window down like most people do, but he just opened the door up. All I saw was a flash, the bang, and that was it. I never saw a gun. All I saw was a blast. And I hit the ground, but I thought I died.
As the officer lay bleeding, Deputy Ben Bray is already on his way.
I heard, we call it breaking squelch. It's just like a static. He never said anything. I just heard that come over the radio, and a chill come over my body, and I knew that something was wrong.
At the crime scene, the gunman jumps out of the car and tries to shoot Rankin again. But when his gun jams, he pistol whips and kicks him. The gunman tries to grab the officer's gun, but Rankin isn't giving up.
All of a sudden, I felt like a jolt, like a rush of energy.
Rankin pushes the shooter away and runs to his car. That's when the suspect takes off in his own vehicle.
I just felt this rage come over me, this pure rage of this coward just shot me, got over the top, beat me and everything else, and now I'm ready, I'm standing up to fight back, and now he's running, and it really just pissed me off. And I shot 16 rounds at his car, and 15 of them hit his car, and one of them actually hit the headrest of his car.
Deputy Bray arrives at the scene. His dash cam shows Rankin on his hands and knees. The adrenaline rush is gone, and he's bleeding profusely.
He was hollering and screaming and said that he'd been shot in the face.
Rankin is amazingly coherent, enough to give a description of the vehicle and the suspect. Bray examines the deputy's injuries.
He said his face was hurting. He felt like half of his face was gone.
Some of Rankin's teeth are on the ground, as well as shell casings and his pistol.
I remember asking him, is my face gone? Because like I said, I still couldn't feel nothing in the face besides just pure pain.
Within minutes, an ambulance arrives and takes Deputy Rankin to the hospital. That same morning, officers find the suspect's car. It's riddled with bullets from Deputy Rankin's gun. And by 9:30 that morning, police arrest 35-year-old Ben Westbrook for the shooting. Westbrook had once served prison time for aggravated assault. Westbrook pleads guilty to 9 charges, including aggravated assault and battery. He's sentenced to 63 years in prison. Officer Stephen Rankin testifies at his sentencing.
I wanted to basically testify to him what he did to me, and to testify to the courts to let them know that he needed to be punished for the max.
This ordeal takes an enormous toll on Rankin. For 18 weeks after the shooting, he's in a neck brace. The bullet blows out 70% of his jawbone and all his teeth on the top right side. The bullet still sits in his spine.
I can feel the bullet in my neck. Every once in a while it'll pop, or it'll send shots of pain up through the neck into the head.
Stephen Rankin knows he is a lucky man. He attributes his survival to divine intervention in the form of his father Mike, who died in 1994 when Stephen was just a teenager.
As soon as I blacked out, I saw my father. And so, like I said, I thought that he was kind of welcoming me into heaven. And to me, looking at it now, I realize that he was completely protecting me, and God was just kind of keeping me moving, keeping my heart racing, pumping, until I was mentally capable of starting to perform again. There you go.
In April 2007, Stephen leaves the sheriff's office for good and moves to a suburb of Atlanta.
Pause, back down.
He starts a new career as a physical fitness trainer, and while he still needs constant medical care, life is good for him, and he believes his faith has kept him going.